All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome in a man right now who, boy, I haven't talked to in so long. And it's as they say, well, no, I'm not going to say my bad. Notice I did not say my bad. I'll say my fault. It's my fault. People don't use the word fault anymore. Anyway, we welcome in Michael Myers, President and Executive Director of the New York Civil Rights Coalition. Hello, Michael.
Steve Malsberg, it is a pleasure to be on your show.
The pleasure is mine, and I'm so glad that we contacted each other. Actually, truth be told, you reached out to me, and thank you for doing that because I just have been remiss. And we used to talk quite frequently when I was at WOR Radio and before then. But let me ask you something. I mean, we have so much to talk about. Let's start with this. I mentioned earlier, speaking to another guest, I think Paul McKinley, about, maybe it wasn't him, I don't know, about Charles Payne, about a tweet that Steve Martin put out, and I couldn't find it. I guess if I had looked, I could have found it. But I was watching CNN, and twice I heard the story about these two tweets. One, a white PR girl, a public relations girl from New York. She was flying to her hometown in South Africa, and she tweeted out that she, I hope I don't get AIDS. Only kidding, I'm white.
Yeah.
She got fired immediately before the plane landed. Steve Martin, they also reported in the same breath, sent out a tweet that many found racially offensive. But that's all they said. They never even said what the tweet was in an effort, I guess, to protect Steve Martin. But you were able to help me out with that.
Yeah.
And he said Friday night he tweeted out to his followers they should submit your grammar here. And one user asked, is this how you spell Lasonia?
Lasagna.
I don't get it. Okay.
Lasoiia.
Got it. And then he said, it depends. Are you an African-American neighborhood or at an Italian restaurant? He then deleted the tweet, but he had to apologize. What is going on in this country?
Well, a lot of people feel that things are offensive, and people want to say it's offensive. I don't see any problem with people correcting people who find their comments racially insensitive or offensive. But that doesn't mean that I agree with censorship, because I don't. I think there ought to be free speech, and therefore everybody gets a chance to talk.
Even Al Sharpton.
Well, Al Sharpton especially, because he is the media's darling. He is a demagogue. He gets an MSNBC TV show. So I'm not going to say that he shouldn't have his TV show, but I will call him out for the racial poison, racial rhetoric that he always engages in.
Yeah, no, well, and you know, I don't know how you could discount someone's past the way MSNBC and every liberal and the liberals in the media, the liberal politicians that kiss his feet, and you know, and again, here's a guy here's a guy who called Greeks homos.
Yeah, look,
and that doesn't count.
Al Sharpton is nothing but a publicity hound. We know that. He goes wherever the media is, and the media goes wherever he is. They love him. They love this guy because he gives them comic relief. And this is with the paternalistic media. And paternalism, by the way, is another word for racism. This is reverse racism. They look at Al Sharpton as if he is the authentic black, the only authentic black, the only voice for black America. So it is ironic that he would have that summit in Chicago about anti-gun, anti-violence, when his own organization's motto is no justice, no peace. You gotta laugh at these fools. These are demagogues.
Yeah, no, it's true. And Michael, you heard Paul McKinley, I assume, talking about what the media did to him, and he traces it down to the fact that he said the people were with him, you know, but it was the white liberal establishment media that tore him apart. He thinks because of his stance on gay marriage.
Well, the white media doesn't like anything or anyone who doesn't speak their point of view. I mean, it's not just gay marriage; it's guns, gun control, and all that other stuff. Look, I'm a liberal. I believe in same-sex marriage, but I'm also in favor of the Second Amendment, and I think people have a right to possess guns. And these states where there's so much gun control that people can't protect themselves. In New York City, for example, we can't even carry pepper spray. We can't even carry mace as our defense because it's against the law. And so I think that liberalism has gone insane. And these civil rights, or so-called civil rights organizations, and the civil rights leadership, they've become an appendage of the Democratic Party. And they become an appendage of racial insanity, as I think practiced and espoused by their great Messiah, and that's Barack Hussein Insane Obama.
We're talking to Michael Myers, President and Executive Director of the New York Civil Rights Coalition, here on the Steve Malzberg Show. Let's get back a little seriously here to the Tea Party, not Tea Party, but the town hall that Al Sharpton threw in Chicago that turned into a near Tea Party rally. How significant? I mean, if the media would report on it, and even though it hasn't, how telling is that? How significant is what happened there?
I think it's very significant, because the people who are usually go to speak for blacks, Obama, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, they really do not speak for blacks. And it's just a matter of time now before the polls change with respect to the black. Blacks are the only ones who are really sticking with Obama. And they've stuck with Obama, I think, mainly out of racial mania, skin color deification, racial pride. But that's going to wear off very, very soon, because blacks are finally realizing that they're not getting anything from the Obama administration, and they're also realizing that Obama, that's realizing a lot of other people have realized, including young people, that Obama is an empty suit.
Well, let me ask you a question before we go. As we speak, Joseph Lowry is speaking on CNN, and he's outraged. He calls Obama's judicial nominees insulting. He says they're not diverse enough. Some of them support voter ID, laws. What's your take on response to Lowry?
I have to listen to Lowry. I haven't heard what he said.
Right.
But Lowry is one of the final and last liberals, and he has in the past, I don't know recently, he has in the past been a disciple of Martin Luther King Jr. And so if there's going to be criticism on race issues, then it's probably going to be from Reverend Lowry. But at the same time, I don't think that voter ID and the kind of other nonsense that they're bringing up is a racial issue.
Right, and what he's saying is he wants Obama, reading the quote, he wants Obama to reconsider his nominees and give them...
He's saying Obama is not an authentic black.
Wow. He might be saying that. He might be saying that. So let's see. Obama, Kobe, who else? Listen, Michael.
We'll have progress when they finally say that Al Sharpton is not authentic. Period.
Hey, Michael, you come up in the studio with me next year,
I will.
and we'll do this for a half hour or maybe more. Thank you, Michael.
Okay,
thank you very much. Michael Myers, ladies and gentlemen. He is, of course, the President and Executive Director. Both. I want to make sure which one, and he's both, of the New York Civil Rights Coalition, here on the Steve Malzberg Show. Man with a lot of common sense. All right, when we come back, Alan West will join us. We just go from one great man to the next here in succession. This hour is chock full of them. On the Steve Malzberg Show, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Newsmax TV and radio.
The Steve Malzberg Show.